After 7 long races, it all comes down to this in San Diego. Eddie Canfouche in the U1 Cheerios continues to lead the national high point standings, but Matt Johnson and Matt Johnson Design, Tim Johnson in Miss Tri-Cities, and DJ Miller in DC Presents Deft still have a chance at walking out of San Diego with the number 1 on their boat. Who will triumph in the Saturday Night Hydroplane League World Championship? We're gonna find out right now. Final heat coverage is next. Well, hello everyone, my name is Daryl Kinsey Jr., the voice of the Saturday Night Hydroplane League, welcoming you one final time this season as we get ready for racing here in San Diego. 4 heats will decide our champion. While we have 4 mathematically involved in the championship, realistically, Eddie Canfouche will have to have a bad night to open the door for one of his championship competitors. But it is a long night and anything can happen here in the wide sweeping corners of San Diego. But before we get on to tonight's action, we first have to thank our sponsor. Rooster Tail Talk is the presenting sponsor of the Rooster Tail Talk Presents Saturday Night Hydroplane League. Join host David Newton on a weekly tour through the fastest sport on the water as Newton sits down with some of the personalities that make this sport great. For more information and to listen to past episodes, head on over to roostertailtalk.com. SNHL Division II ended their season in the San Diego Bay Fair not too long ago. Here is how that championship was decided and who is moving on to Division I in this final edition of the D2 Update. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the final of the San Diego Bay Fair, it was one of the most emotional moments in Saturday Night Hydroplane League history. During the milling period before the race, the U21 Miss Presley May of Brian Ollinger went over, did not start the race. Ollinger came in as the points leader, left in second, as Tyler Sams would finish second in the San Diego Bay Fair, which was more than enough to clinch the National High Points title in Division II by just 91 points over the Miss Presley May. In the final race of the season, which was the San Diego Bay Fair, the win would go to Scott Witherall in the Miss Castrol GTX presented by Viagra. Tyler Sams in the Miss Nos Energy Drink was second, and Scott Gardner in the Bud Light Night finished in third. And our 5 competitors that earned their graduation from SNHL Division II to SNHL Division I, of course, the Miss Nos Energy Drink and the Miss Presley May. Miss Castrol GTX presents Viagra, as Scott Witherall had a great comeback after a disastrous Detroit. The Dutch Brothers Coffee of Neil Disming, another one of our rookies, and Scott Gardner, one of his best seasons in SNHL Division II, finishes in 5th and is rewarded with a promotion to Rooster Tail Talks presents SNHL Division I. Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations to Tyler Sams for winning the championship, and to our graduates from SNHL Division II to SNHL Division I. Well, before we get started with this final heat, we will review quickly what happened in the qualifying heats and the championship. As for the second straight year, Eddie Canfouche is our Rooster Tail Talks presents SNHL Division I champion. Eddie finished his first 2 heats in second. That was all he needed to clinch the championship going into this final heat. So now as we get ready to get started, it's going to be all for pride for Eddie Canfouche and the rest of these competitors to decide who is going to win the final event of the season. We'll have 6 boats on the front line. 1 boat will be the trailer for a 7-boat final heat. Officials, for one final time in 2021-2022, let's turn them loose! 7 unlimited hydroplanes make their way out onto the Bill Muncie Racecourse for one final shot at a final heat victory here in Rooster Tail Talks presents SNHL Division 1. Let's quickly review how they got here into tonight's final heat. We'll start with Kelsey Best. Qualified 6th, went first, second, first to get here on 1,540 points. He may be a favorite this evening. Next up is Matt Johnson. Matt Johnson's on, qualified 2nd, finished on the podium in all 4 of his qualifying heats to be here at just over 1,400 points. And next up is DJ Miller, and DC presents depth. Qualified 9th, ran all 4 qualifying heats in the top 4 to get here on 1,199 points. And of course, Bo Rarick in the bucket list fully loaded, qualified 5th, won in Heat 1C and Heats 3B, 3rd and 5th in his other 2 heats. He's on 1,202 points. And Tim Johnson, our qualifying master, qualified 1st, won Heats 2C and 3C, finished on the podium in his other 2 heats to get here on 1,425 points. And our national high points champion, Eddie Canfouche, qualified 3rd, only had 1,195 points in the qualifying heats, but that was more than enough to keep that U1. And our trailer, Jared Meyer, qualified 4th, finished 4th, 5th, 3rd, and 2nd in his heats, got here on 881 points by winning the Connie, and of course he will have to start 5 seconds behind the rest of the field. So those are your starters. You see Kelsey Best heading down the backstretch of the Bill Muncie Racecourse. A wide and fast 2.5-mile course awaits these racers, as it's been calm water for most of the event. Haven't seen many issues out of the racers, so this will all be decided here on speed. As you see Kelsey lining up there before the entrance of turn 1, as Bo Rarick has to take emergency action, cuts to the inside. He's going to go around the back straight away after cutting inside the course. You can see DJ Miller, Matt Johnson coming around turn number 1 as well. To the outside of them is going to be Eddie Canfouche in the U1. No, that is actually the day's pay, excuse me. Now Tim Johnson comes around turn number 1. As you can see how wide these corners are here, we could conceivably fit a GP field's worth of unlimited hydroplanes on the outside or on the front line of this course. However, I don't think the racers in the rough water would enjoy that very much at all. So we'll stick with the 7 here, with 6 on the front line and 1 as the trailer, as we're now under 2 minutes to go, as Kelsey Best resets right to the left side of the start finish line buoy and the ship that unironically marks that start finish line. Powers off, now powers back up quickly. You see DJ Miller gonna cruise behind that vessel. Not sure what the plan is here. A little bit of a hide and seek. I think DJ Miller's going to try to shoot to the inside and try to catch these guys off guard. We'll see what happens as Kelsey Best gets up on plane, head towards turn number 1. He is going to try to cut to the inside. He will jump into lane number 1, but now he's going to come to the outside of Kelsey Best as Bo Rarick and Eddie Canfouche will lead them around turn number 1. They're going to be on the inside lanes as we are at 5 seconds until the 1 minute pin. We're at 2 seconds, 1 second mark. And did they get over cleanly? I think they did, but Bo Rarick is dead in the water while Kelsey Best going to come from lane 3 all the way over to lane number 1. He's going to lock that down. DJ Miller, Matt Johnson going to follow him over. Tim Johnson as well. They will fill in positions 1 through 4, while our champion Eddie Canfouche and Bo Rarick will have to go to lanes 5 and 6. They'll have to get it done from the outside if they're going to win this final heat. Now, they get set up one final time to blast off turn 2 and head down the front stretch of the Bill Muncie Racecourse to the green flag. As they come around turn number 2, they'll hit that buoy at 13 seconds. It should be full throttle from here as 6 unlimited hydroplanes come full song to the start-finish line at 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second mark. And we are underway in the SNHL World Championship, and I believe Tim Johnson may have been early. We'll hear from the officials as they head towards turn number 1. Tim Johnson's going to get down here first, but Kelsey Best has got lane number 1. He's going to shoot into the lead. DJ Miller's going to slide into second as they come off of turn number 1 for the first time. No problems for anyone as they head down the backstretch as Kelsey Best, DJ Miller flying those boats side by side as DJ Miller is pulling even with Kelsey Best. He's actually going to take the lead by about a third of the boat length as they head down towards turn number 2. And we do have a penalty, 2 jump starts. The Miss Tri-Cities and the DC presents death. DJ Miller has jumped the start. That means Kelsey Best is leading this race, and he is well ahead of the rest of his competitors, but DJ Miller is going to keep his foot in it. Remember, if anyone else has issues, he could pick up spots, as it's Miss Seahawks in first. Our order behind them is now Matt Johnson Design, the U10, and the U1 Cheerios of Eddie Canfouche. So Canfouche had a bad lane out there in lane number 5, gets to pick up 2 spots from everyone else's mistakes. But the driver that's loving it right now is Kelsey Best, as he can just take it easy. That boat to his right, inconsequential as he heads down the backstretch. You ride now with the boat that is actually in second. This is Matt Johnson Design. You can see he's in a lot of dirty water, almost went skyward, brings it back down, but he's on the outside. He's in the slop. He's almost in the tunnel as well with those 2 boats to his inside and outside. He is not really going to be a factor. It was going to win this race as he sees, gets out into the rooster tail of brother Tim, manages to hold on to it. He's got to try and clear him, but there's just a lot of space on the water between him and Kelsey as we start lap number 3 with the Miss Seahawks, Matt Johnson Design, and Cheerios, your top 3. And Kelsey Best did not make a lot of races this season. At one point was in danger of being dropped from Rooster Talks Presents Division 1, but as the field has shifted out west, he's had a couple of strong performances, and with this win, it will be more than enough to keep him in Rooster Tail Talks Presents SNHL Division 1 for another year as he heads down the backstretch. DJ Miller now half a Rooster Tail behind, but he is no factor. As they head through turn number 2, this U12 Miss Seahawks looking pretty on the water in the afternoon sun as they come off turn number 2 with 2 laps to go. Championship lap starting with Kelsey Best leading the way in the Miss Seahawks. Second, second is the U10 Matt Johnson Design and the U1 Cheerios. Eddie Canfouche remains in third. As it comes to turn number 1 again, there is Kelsey Best. No one around him. A little bit of flame out of the back of the turbine as they come through turn number 1. Really no issues this year with the salt. You see everybody's got their salt scoops on. No issues with the salts tearing up any motors here. As we jump back now to Matt Johnson. He's in second, battling his brother for position on the water. There's our defending champion Eddie Canfouche in third, and there's Bo Rarick in the bucket list fully loaded in fourth. Not a good start for either of those boats, as that is your field as we begin the final lap with Kelsey Best in the Miss Seahawks leading the way over Matt Johnson Design and the U1 Cheerios. Kelsey Best heading down the front stretch. You can see a little bit of sponson walk there. Actually, that's a lot of sponson walk as he plants it for turn number 1. Gives space to the buoys as he's now dropped DJ Miller by over Rooster Tail as he exits turn number 1. You can see DJ Miller there in the back. There is Matt Johnson side by side with Tim Johnson. He was in the rear of your picture momentarily, but Kelsey Best starting to fly the boat. Here comes Matt Johnson. Finally got out of the wake of Tim Johnson. There's Eddie Canfouche in third. Our National High Points champion cruising to a third place. And that number 1 once again is Bo Rarick. Gets that right sponson high out the water. Manages to save it. He is struggling with that choppy water. But there's been no struggles for Kelsey Best. He leads flag to flag. And he's going to take an SNHL World Championship win here on the Bill Munsey Racecourse in San Diego. Second place going to be Matt Johnson Design. Third, will be Eddie Canfouche in the U1 Cheerios. 4th place, Bo Rarick, the U2 bucket list fully loaded, coming to the finish line now. He'll pick up the 4th spot, and 5th going to be the Days Pay and Jarrett Meyer picking up 2 spots after DC% Steph and Miss Tri-Cities jump the start. So that is the end of the race. Here is the standings. 7 boats went out. 7 boats come back with points. And we'll see in just a moment your national high point standings to confirm the final placings of the 2021-2022 season. As those points come up on your screen now, you will see Cheerios wins by 632 points over Matt Johnson. Tim Johnson, DJ Miller, 1,500 points behind. And you can see on the left side, Holy Smoke, Dick's Drive-In, Miss Narcissist, Vulcan Sports, and Oberto Presents Wonder Bread. Those 5 will drop down to Division 2, and Tyler Sams and Miss Nas Energy, Miss Presley May, Brian Ollinger, Miss Castro GTX presented by Viagra, Scott Witherall, Dutch Brothers Coffee, Neil Dismang, and Bud Light Knight, Scott Gardner will be promoted to Roostertail Talks Presents SNHL Division 1. So Kelsey Best will end the season a champion here in the SNHL World Championship. Let's hear from him. You came into the night only needing a little bit of points to stay in Division 1, and you got a heck of a lot more and took home a world championship.
Yeah, thanks, Daryl. It was an awesome race. Nick Kish did an awesome job spotting for me. And, yeah, I honestly thought I jumped the start. It was really close, but I knew had to be right there or else turn 1 was going to be a nightmare in lane 1. So I pushed it, and fortunately this time didn't jump the gun. It's my first SNHL win, so it's been a long time coming, but glad to finally get it.
Gotta feel good picking up that first win. How do you look back now on this season as we get ready to set sail for Season 5?
Well, it obviously it's nice to end the season on a win. I wasn't able to make too many of the races, unfortunately. Just was busy with family and work stuff. So hopefully next season it'll be a little bit better. But just the nature of the beast, it's tough for me to ever make all the races. So congrats to the guys who are fighting for the overall championship. It was an awesome battle right up till the end. And congrats to Eddie on winning.
Well, Kelsey, congratulations. We'll see you next season for Season 5.
Sounds good, and appreciate everything you're doing for us, Daryl, and for this league. It's made it a lot better, and it's a lot of enjoyment on these Saturday nights coming out here with everyone.
Well, that'll do it here in 2021-2022 for the virtual hydroplane racing season. But the real-world hydroplane racing season is just getting started. The H1 Unlimited hydroplane season gets started in Lake Gunnersville for the Lake Gunnersville Hydro Fest, where they will be contesting the APBA Gold Cup. Hydroplane Racing League will get their season started in May, where they head to Cambridge, Maryland, not far from where yours truly lives. GP America will also be out on the water, as well as your APBA regional races getting ready to get started this season after 2 years of COVID-affected races. It's going to be full fields, full fans, going to be a lot of fun. So as we close the door here on the 2021-2022 virtual racing season, what I can say to you is get out there, go check out a boat race, and make sure you take a friend as well for one of the biggest spectacles in motorsports. So I want to say congratulations to our champions in Division 1, Eddie Canfouche, and Division 2, Tyler Sams. We will see you all this fall when the temperature gets cooler. The real boats get put away. That means the virtual boats will come out to play. So until next time, my name is Daryl Kinsey Jr. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your summer, everybody.